Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I asked ChatGPT to do some research and look for prompts for Midjourney images that are popular, and this is what it came up with. So this is the prompt is off to the side here, and I'll just go on through the images. So here we have a highly realistic photo. This was the highest awe content, isometric. And this is taking, this is highlighting the lighting with the water, close-up of a butterfly. Now this one I thought was interesting because of the way Midjourney, how it managed the lighting here. This part here looks a little odd, but a lot of this is pretty impressive. This reminds me of National Geographic. It used to be, I think about 2 years ago, that if you wanted to, if you told it you wanted something from National Geographic, you could get a little nicer results. So watercolor. And photographic. This I did a couple of these. This was so these were the prompt here had to do with a smoky room, kind of a jazz photographic jazz photo in a smoky room. This was, you know, Midjourney does the batches in 4. This was the best one of the 4 in terms of capturing the smoke, but this one, I really liked how sharp the image is. It really looks like a photograph. And this is dear to my heart, a nice food one. Looks like mushroom risotto. I love mushroom risotto. And I think this is no, there's one more after this. So these ones I've seen before where they have these kind of high, repeated platforms that I think are kind of cool because it can kind of transport you to the feeling of being elevated. And I think this is the last one where we got some porcelain figures. So these were a nice collection, and I'll show the prompt that I used. It's right here. So I said, please research what's popular for Midjourney prompts for images, not videos, and write out a dozen or so examples. And I think it gave me more than a dozen. And if I were interested, I could follow up on this and ask it like why, how it found the list and why the certain types were popular. But I can say that I think it's an interesting list. I've done, I think, all of these before, these types of prompts, and I do like the effects that it came up with. It didn't do quite a few. For example, double exposure. I think that's a really popular one. It didn't do any of those. And there's also different lighting effects you can do that are pretty neat, like light paintings. But anyway, it was a nice list, and you could follow up with it and ask it like why it thinks that certain one, why it generated the ones that it did. Also, a couple of things it didn't do on the list. It didn't have any SREF ones, and it also didn't have any where it relied on the name of an artist. And I think that's the most common technique I do. It's very simple. It's just to pick an artist whose technique I like. Well, to be more accurate, pick an artist that I like the way Midjourney renders that artist's name, if you reference it along with a medium. And that's probably the technique I use the most. But it was a nice and interesting list. And what I did was I created a project for it called Midjourney Prompts. And then I could explore this, probably will, in the future in some other ways, just to get some more ideas. Well, I hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching. Until next time.